Welcome back to the Road Show this morning. The Buzz. A woman living in a small village in the country of Georgia may hold the key to living a long and healthy life. Too bad you're not going down that path, my friend. Antissa Kavacha stakes her claim as the oldest living person. I'm just listening. You were talking about your weekend. It sounded like it was pretty rough.
I live fast.
Except your mom was going with you there, too. Boasting the ripe old age of 129. Can you imagine?
Just getting into her prime.
I know, exactly. A Soviet-era passport issued in 1979 shows her birth date as July of 1880. Wow. She lives with her younger son. He's 75 years old. Mikhail insists his mother was 59 when he was born. Georgian officials are now working to find all the necessary documents needed to confirm her age, but they think her long life may have something to do with the Georgian air. Take a listen to this.
Quite interesting is that in Georgia, it's not so seldom when we have people who are more than 100 years old. Maybe it means that we have quite good fresh air, and that's why people are living much long time than in other countries.
Very interesting. I have to say, Nana recently said, yeah, you know, I used to lie about my kids' ages. Now I'm lying about my grandchildren's ages. I was like, oh, thanks, Nana.
How about the poor son? 70-something? His mom still lives with him? Like all these years, he's been waiting for his mom to get out of the house so he can finally take a lady home. And she's like 129.
Well, on a serious note,
yes,
you don't have to be from Georgia.
That's right.
To live long. I've got my grandmother, who will be 101 in June. She lives in East Providence. And her sister, Ida, will be 102 on St. Patrick's Day. And she's over there in Fall River at the Cliff.
And they play the piano. One of them plays the piano, right?
My grandmother, Meme,
It's the country of Georgia, by the way.
Well, you know what I mean.
Okay.
What'd I say?
No, it's Georgia, but it's
not in the United States.
Yeah,
right.
all right. But I assumed you didn't know there was a country.
This episode of Geography with Ben is sponsored by...
My Meme's going to be upset that you interrupted her story here. She's going to be 101 in June. She lives at East Bay Manor in East Providence. And she says to me, she says, Patrick, you know what I have to do every day? I said, what is that, Meme? She goes, I have to go play the piano for all the old people. and she's, I don't know, 20 years older than all the old people.
What do you think contributed to her long life? I mean...
we had to move her out of her house because she still had her license when she was 95. She still cut her grass, painted her house, shoveled the snow. I don't think she's ever been to the doctor.
I've never done any of those things. I'll be honest.
So she doesn't drink, smoke. She eats, eats well, cooks her own stuff, whatever. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing. And and her sister too. It'd be one thing if it was just her.
Right.
But Ida's 102.
You're as old as you feel, and I bet if you talk to her, I bet she feels young and she's out doing all these things.
Yeah, but it's an outlook.
She broke her hip 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And most people when they break their hip at that age.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's a slide.
She had surgery, got through the surgery, they fixed the hip, she went to rehab, started walking again. She's ditched the cane, ditched the walker.
That's
unbelievable. Does like shuttle sprints up and down the hallway at East Bay Manor.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to be around a while.
Yeah. And happy birthday.
Welcome to the 2067 edition of the Road Show. Patrick Little, Ben and Lily are gone, but I'm still here.
Courtney, I want to throw it over to you because I'm curious to know what some people think, lead to a long and healthy life. I think that this schedule that we work on probably doesn't contribute to a long and healthy life.
I hope so. I'm going to be here with Patrick, though, because my great-grandfather passed at 107, and my great-grandfather on my mother's side, 101 or 102, so it's looking like we're here for the long haul. So Roadshow lives on forever, my friends, but there's a combination of things going on as to how people think your life will be pretty long here. So this one's from Lisa. She said, I think genes play a big part, but so does keeping active. And Smokey Wolf says, living healthy does help, but I think that genes has a lot to do with it. I just hope I can look as good as her when I get close to that age. We have a poll on our homepage if you guys want to weigh in there, and we're asking, which of these do you think is the most influential in living a long life? A, good genes, B, eating healthy, C, exercising, or D, luck. So you can weigh in on the poll, or if you're on Facebook, you can just weigh in there, leave a comment. We've got a whole slew of them so far, so maybe we'll read some at the end of the show. But for now, we're going to head back into the kitchen. Patrick, what's going on in there?